It's a bright and beautiful Thursday morning from the studios of Upgrade TV. Welcome to Ways Breakfast Show. What are you saying? Breakfast Show. Yes, we're ready to kickstart your day with all the energy and positivity you need in the world. My name is Omoto Shola Shari Maki. And with me are the ladies. Good morning, ladies. We have a full house today again.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mira.
Good morning, everybody.
The colors are on point. Everywhere is
We
screaming.
planned it
you know.
again today.
I love it. There's pink and purple, and here is white and purple, like pearl.
Yeah.
Ladies, I like it. So tell me, how are you guys doing this morning? It's Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday, and then there's the weekend.
I'm happy to meet the weekend.
You're happy to meet the
The
weekend.
weekend
Are you
can
excited, or you're just let it come? Let it
No,
come,
I'm excited. Let the weekend come already.
already.
Yes.
Oluchi, hi,
Well,
Mama.
Hi, I pray for extra hours.
Oh,
I want to
God.
sleep some more.
Oh God.
I pray for extra hours for the night. Let me just have like 10 hours to sleep. I miss when I was 10 and 11 and 12.
Oh,
And you could just sleep your life away.
Right.
But right now, you'll be broke
Adults
and
is
hungry.
adulting.
Right.
I know, right?
God's beauty over to you.
Well, I won't say I'm waiting for the weekend because the truth is it will still come, literally.
Right.
So I think what I want to just say is there should just be another additional one day. You know, we spoke about that. Was it on Monday?
Yeah, we did.
There should just be an additional weekend.
I,
you know,
I really do feel
because
like weekends should start from Friday, not Friday after
more.
work, like Friday early morning.
I
Friday,
I don't know
Saturday,
the
Sunday.
flaws about weekends, but weekends are as stressful as other weekdays.
Do you get?
So why are we always waiting for the
that's
weekend?
No. So this is how we should. This is how I think it should be here. So if we have like normal Friday, we will go to work and all of that. If you have like Saturday to wash your clothes that you've worn throughout the week.
As if you can
Now,
wash.
on Sunday, you're going to church, so literally you use half of the
Do
day.
you
So we should have like an additional day where you're just in the house doing nothing.
Nothing.
No, but
Do you
Saturday
get
and
what I
Sunday
mean?
doesn't really get you agitated as Monday would.
Oh God, I do
yeah.
not like Monday
Yeah.
mornings.
Mondays
I
are
do
not
like Monday
anything
Funny
mornings.
to
enough,
write home
I actually
about.
like Mondays.
I do not like Monday morning. It comes to this unnecessary rush, traffic, and everything.
Trying to start a new week.
Yeah, well, you're welcome to the show. We are starting fully. This is a show where we get to talk about everything from politics to leadership to governance to health and wellness tips to trending stories, because today we are talking about something that has been trending on the social media space, and we ladies were ready to dissect it and bring all the juicy content to you. We have to go on a short break right now to bring to you headlines across the globe, and then the program continues in a moment. Please stay with us. We'll be back shortly. You're welcome back to the show. In case you're just joining us, this is Wiz Breakfast, coming your way live from the studios of Upgrade TV. And now it's time to take you through stories happening in and out of Nigeria, as always. And we will be starting the headlines across the globe from the Vanguard newspaper. A lot of headlines are screaming on this page, and I'll be starting from the major headline, where federal government's failure to make fresh offers stalls wage talks. And at the just below the major headline, the story here says, government plans 6.6 trillion naira supplementary budget to fast-track economic growth. Now, to the top corner of the Vanguard newspaper, the headline here says, oil price drops below budget benchmark as output stagnates. They are from Politics. Edo Guba polls why some politicians are still angry with Obaseki, says Martin. Right beside that, Kaduna Assembly El-Rufai tango over alleged diversion of 423 billion naira. And from the business economy corner, Nigeria will witness positive change after sacrifice, says Shetima. A quick look at the bottom corner of the Vanguard newspaper. The U.S. lawmakers petition Biden, says Binance executive wrongfully detained by Nigeria. Federal government replied to it by saying Binance will face all due process on charge of severe financial crimes, says federal government. And finally here, Olufason says traditional institutions in Nigeria have not always covered themselves in glory. The rivalry, bitterness, corruption, politicking, intrigues, etc. usually precede the selections and appointment of traditional rulers beyond belief, says Olufasom. Well, the story that catches my attention the most is that of the government's planned 6.6 trillion naira supplementary budget to fast-track economic growth. Yes, you can also tell us or make your most catchy headline known to us via different social media platforms by just dropping a comment or sending a message or phone calls, and then we'll do well to reply them. For me, government plans 6.6 trillion naira supplementary budget to fast-track economic growth. When are we going to stop hearing billion, trillion upon trillions, trillions for innovations, trillions for monthly ministers' money, ministers' wardrobe allowance, ministers' feeding allowance, ministers' this, ministers' that. So my big question is, when are we going to stop? I'm more of an action person, less of a word person. If you want to do something to me, do it. Go ahead and do it. Don't tell me, I'll bring you the skyscraper. I feel like just bring it, let me see. Do you understand? So now the federal government is, the state governments are planning to 6.6 trillion naira supplementary budget to fast-track economic growth. Which economic growth now? Fast-track it, let's see. Then tell us, okay, we spent on this economic growth that we just saw.
Yes.
We spent
This amount
6.6.
of money.
Yes, I get
This
that.
is a lot of money. Growing up as a child, we did Roman numerals, right? They started teaching us from 100,000, 10,000, 100,000, million, from millions, 10 million, 100 millions, then billion, then trillion, then the likes of. Now, we spent 6.6 trillion naira, which is like a country's whole entire annual budget, and president's salary is there, everybody's there, and they're still doing well. So go to the likes of Kigali and all those little. They are a tourist attraction. They have so many beautiful things. Entering there alone, it's lovely. But here we are still planning. We are planning. We are yet to be executed. And in the next 2-3 months, look at the Coastal Airline. We plan to, and at the end of the day, all the plans will be swept under the carpet. For me, we need to start doing more of actions and less of words in Nigeria. We don't do a year around. But yeah, do it. Let's see.
Yes, I get that. I get that very well. Diving us into the Guardian newspaper, the headline says, cautious optimism as federal government unveils new fiscal deals to revive economy. And below that, we have insecurity hampers rescue of trapped Niger miners. Below that, we also have the story that says, I have no regrets proposing full council autonomy, says Attorney General Fagbemi. And the minimum wage talks resumes as lawmakers flay labor for hard-hearted strike. And just below that, court orders substituted service on Ganduje in bribery case. And in the middle of that, we have subsidy not gone as federal government confirms another 5.4 trillion naira spent on petrol. And this is another huge amount again, 5.4 trillion naira. And then we keep seeing this money in trillions, in billions, just as you have said. And then we spoke about subsidy being eradicated. That was the first decree, yes. I will put it as that, that he said that subsidy will be removed on petrol. And that's why we now buy petrol at 600, yes. 700 in some cases. But now they're saying that subsidy is not completely gone. I think this thing has to do with the Dangote refinery. It has to do with, I mean, the whole idea of subsidy. We are subsidizing everything. And this is Nigeria that supplies to so many other countries. Yeah. So what is that thing that we keep subsidizing in our lives that the thing
subsidize on electricity tariff. We subsidize on petrol. And now we are paying like one of Bonabos said twice as store. We are paying as 3 times as store. So if we are paying as 3 times as store, we are not saying anything.
Do you know realistically, I also find out that the cement that we buy in Nigeria is actually more expensive than the same person that is producing the cement being sold outside Nigeria. So how does it make sense that the country that is producing it buys for more expensive with the minerals, resources, and everything right there in the country? You're not buying anything from outside.
Just like one of my mentors will say, you are the architect of your own fortune or misfortune. Your future lies bright on your palm. If you are producing something, okay, why is it that we pay more of shipping fee? It's because they are coming out of the country. If we are buying it inside intrastate or in Nigeria, we're just going to pay dispatch fee or a cheaper fee. So now what's that the essence of producing cement here in Nigeria, and we are still paying twice as other countries that they are even taking it out? Is it their currency? Is it the economy? Or what exactly is the issue? Well, let's slide to a different newspaper.
All right, so on The Punch, we have quite some amazing news here for us. The major headline reads that Finance Minister submits templates to Tinubu today, and Tripartite Committee awaits templates to resume negotiations 2 p.m. on Thursday. On the top right-hand corner, we see Heritage Bank and Nigerian Deposit Insurance Company goes after 700 billion naira loan defaulters and lists 2.3 million depositors. Senate OK 60 million naira salary for Chief Justice of Nigeria, Supreme Court Justice. And Tinubu may suspend import duties on food and drugs. We also have here 423 billion naira theft. El-Rufai kicks as Kaduna Assembly orders probe. Custom intercept 3.9 billion naira pangolin scales in Kebbi. At the top, bottom corner, we have crude supply shortage. Foreign investors may dump 20 modular refineries, and 25 suspected killers of Oyo Varsity students arraigned. We also have the last one here, $413,000 bribery, Ganduje to get charges through newspapers. I think one thing that's very peculiar with our news today is the amount of money we've been calling.
You know, it's
$1 billion,
trillion,
a lot of money are just going out. And the one that catches my attention the most is Senate OK 60 million naira salary for Chief Justice of Nigeria. So another bill is about to be signed. Well, it's in the making. And the way it's going to look like, the Chief Justice of Nigeria would be earning about $60 million naira annually. That's about over 5 million naira monthly, right? And so their claim is the bill, if passed, will birth an appropriate and commensurate remuneration that will ensure judicial independence and integrity.
Very valid.
Why is that so sarcastic?
Very, very valid. In fact, interesting reason.
So we have...
The same way we changed our anthem because it resonates more with some childhood stories.
Well, to maintain public trust in the judiciary's impartiality and integrity, this money has to be increased.
So the integrity needs to be seen now.
Yeah, we need them to be able
they
to
need
function.
to pay them well.
Yes.
So if they're well paid, they will not
well.
start thinking of taking bribes from people. But to be honest, trustworthiness or honesty doesn't have to be bought with money. You are the CJ of Nigeria. We expect nothing but credible judgment from you, accountable. You swore an oath of allegiance to your country. So why do you not have to pay you? Okay,
for your trust and integrity to be seen.
If you want to be bought, even with that 5 million naira monthly allowance, if you want to be bought,
it only increases the kind of bribe that I want to take.
Exactly.
Because I mean,
it doesn't decrease anything. The amount
now I earn more, so you have to pay me
will be
more.
the same thing.
Well,
so I don't know.
In their defense, it is taken into consideration
let's
peculiarities of the administrative
structure. Let's listen to international stories. I think they have more.
Let's travel, please.
Let's travel, please. Take me away.
Okay, so yeah, New York Times, the newspaper, the headline at the left side says echo of Trump as Biden acts on the border. So on the right side of the newspaper, we have in Europe, Biden will find stifle and solidarity, split on war in Gaza. Allies unite in Ukraine, but worry about United States support for Israel. Middle of the newspaper, we have Grand Old Party, that's the GOP, on spot to guarantee birth control. Next to that, Modi's party wins, but that's far from landslide. Bottom of the newspaper, we have insider one of OpenAI's reckless race to #1. Last but not the least, the headline is top music producer accused of rape in lawsuit. So the paper that the headline that got my interest is the headline at the middle of the newspaper. We said grand old party on sports to guarantee birth control. So in Washington, House Democrats on Tuesday went on the offensive on reproductive rights, announcing they will seek a force to vote on legislation to codify the right of birth control access nationwide. So I think this is cool, but this is where the issue is now. So Catherine came out to say the choice to use birth control should be yours and yours alone. Yes. So which birth the question, when it comes to using birth control, does it have to be something that, I have to personally agree that, okay, you know what, I want to start using birth control, or does it have to be something imposed by the government? Now that takes me to what happened in China in 1980, right, where they had this one-child system policy. I don't know if you've heard of that.
I saw a movie.
Yeah, I watched it. Don't worry. All of them, they had like, I think they are like seven of them.
So they go out a day.
Yeah. So that was just in reflection to what is happening in China at that time. Although it's no longer in existence. Yes, I think 2016 it was stopped.
Abolished.
Yeah. So, but I really want to ask, what do you think? Do you think this childbirth control is still on us, or does it have to be like imposed on us by the government?
The thing is, if they want to, in developed countries like the likes of China and all of that, they like to control their economy, they like to control their population, because they are functional, they are working well. So they know, there's a budget for each person. And they take good care. And you know, in China, there's, even under the water, there can be houses there, and they'll be living excellently well. So I think they are trying to curb the population. Okay, for us to be able to take care of Chinese people for the year 2024-2025, we need this particular amount of Chinese yuan. I think that's their currency or so. And for us to do that, we can only take care of a certain number of people. So I think it's not cool to want to control people's childbirth. But come back to Nigeria, one of our major problems is
population.
You would see a broke person having 5 kids. 7 kids.
Five is better now. They want to go for a whole football
team. Or their child, I'm trying to say, is it child broke them or poverty broke them or something? But I feel like you should give birth according to the number of your pockets. Right now,
to be honest,
a single
it's
lady,
a major problem
staying by herself or staying with maybe a sister or a brother can barely take care of herself with a salary of 200K in a month. Not to talk of a man that earns, their salary is not even, it's not, you know, it takes jama type of job, and it can be, and you will see my 5 kids, you will not see them begging inside traffic, Ikoyi Link Bridge, you see them there, Ikeja, you see them begging.
Do you know what break me?
Adults begging. So I think, honestly, the population, the birth control is okay for a family. We don't want more than 3. Even if you have 3, if you have more than already, it's fine. But please, do not. That's why we have family planners. But I feel like family planners are not being forced or emphasized a lot.
It just takes educated people or people that with consciousness to want to go into family planning in Nigeria.
Even educated people are scared.
That's what I'm saying.
I will do this, I will do
and
that.
That's a lie.
To be honest, we should watch our birth control. If we want to be better, if we want Nigeria to leave the developing level and grow up to be developed, then we should watch it. We should really watch it. We should watch it. We should. Well, this is a wrap on the headlines across the globe. Today, we have something very, very interesting to talk about. Today is trending stories. When I say trending, we have something that will catch your attention, and that's what we're going to be talking about. So we don't wear pink. We didn't wear pink for wearing sake. We want it for a reason. Do you understand? We're going on a quick break right now. We'll be back shortly to bring the juice, the spice. We'll be back in a moment. You're welcome back from that short break. Just like I said before I went on the break, I said when we come back, It's about to go down. Now, let's move straight to the hot topic of the day. Today, we are going to be talking about the role of online models in youth development. Now, in an era where the internet and social media dominate our daily lives, young people are constantly connected, always online, and perpetually influenced by a barrage of digital personalities. These online role models, through their actions, words, and lifestyle, wield significant influence over the aspirations, behaviors, and attitudes of today's youth. Let's watch this short video. We'll be back to talk about it.
I don't need a cheap guy in my life. No beautiful girl needs cheap guys. Do you understand? If not 500K, then he's cheap. Like, why are you sending me 100K, 200K? What is that?
I cover my cheap face.
What? Whatever he sends to you, whether it's hair, food, anything, it should be worth at least 500K for a start.
Please, where did they agree that the list of the thing you must spend in talking stage has to be 500,000? Is it in the Nigerian constitution? Who agreed it?
Nobody has to agree. That's our rule. Like, we are aware of who we are right now. Most times, girls who are like naive, they want it, but they cannot ask the guy. They cannot say it. And they end up asking their friends that, should I ask this guy? Should I be this guy? Do you think it's too early? But as a girl, if you know what you want, tell him. If it's not for you, then he goes. Another guy comes. There are so many guys who are willing to spend money.
Now, are you guys in a WhatsApp group? You say we have agreed.
We don't have to be in a WhatsApp group. We know.
You see, so why the pegging of 500,000?
It doesn't have to be 500. It can be 1 million, 2 million. I'm just 500 for a start.
What do you understand by talking stage?
Okay, I feel like talking stage is boring when there's no money involved.
For you now, talking stage is to press money.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're talking to me because you want to test if you can be my boyfriend. And if I have a boyfriend already, because most girls are not single, they just pretend they are single. If I have a man already, you should give me reasons to leave my man. Do you understand? You should give me reasons why I should give you focus. I should focus on you. If my man is giving me like 3 million, you should be giving me like 10 million. So I know that, okay, my man, I can just keep whining him and move on to you. You understand? Because nobody knows where the husband is coming from. But it has to be money. Money has to be involved full time.
Were you aware? Are you on the WhatsApp group?
That WhatsApp group.
This video breaks my heart every single time.
Breaking of heart is better. I am so pissed. Like, I am very angry. I am boiling in anger.
My
to
coffee
be honest.
has finished. I
So,
wanted to go up something.
This video trended the whole of last week and a lot of backlash. So now, really, let's talk about it. The role of online models in youth development. Sidabot just said something. Talking stage is boring. If you cannot give me 500K, clear. If you cannot give me 1 million, clear. I saw the entire video. It was about 1 hour, 2 hours long. She said something that if I tell you that I'm going to the salon and I tell you I want to make my hair and the hair is going for about like 360K, I'm going to be installing it. I expect you to send me at least more than half of the money. Nedu was saying, what if I don't have half of the money? Then you are not ready for a relation. My darlings, please help me. Shed lights. I don't know, maybe there's a WhatsApp group that have not been added.
How
does it work?
Lucia, are you in that group?
I'm gonna go for it. Come on, baby.
They added me, but I removed myself.
Oh, you were added.
I didn't get your
nice
number.
We really need to talk about these
number?
people shaping our kids. These people shaping
Young
even
ones.
we ourselves. Some people are very gullible. They live on the ground.
Yes.
But anything they see. A lady has been following Sidabot saying, you people are coming for Sidabot. She's correct. If you cannot send money, I'll block you. I'll block your father, this and that. Do you think that's how it should be? What can we do? Children
I
of
think
God.
there's a lot of unrealistic expectations that people, especially ladies, are starting to have. And, you know, these people want to make money, and that's why they come online to talk about this kind of things. You know, the likes of TikTok, Facebook, and all these other social media platforms now pay them for the amount of views and likes that they get. So they need to be, they need to be controversial.
So are we saying they are just all content?
They need to spite
Do we agree that they are just content?
Honestly,
they don't exist. But to be
I think
honest,
there was a video I saw of her
videos
apologizing.
Sidabot apologized.
I think I don't know. There was a rumor that there's a
You
video
know,
of
you-
her apologizing.
No,
and
you said you remove yourself from the group.
So maybe
I think
after
that's
you
what
had
happened.
first-hand information.
Exactly.
I think it was after
She
you
can
left.
never. She will never.
She will
Don't
never
worry.
apologize.
because it's quite sad. You see, most of the time, ladies will come online, support a particular social media influencer, but they will not follow that person to the grave because there's always a certain type of realization. Sometimes after they have arrested them, sometimes so many, even the skincare brand product that was on air
Glow
some
by
months
this,
ago,
glow by that.
glow by this, glow by, and then they started finding out that these things have chemical,
No NAFDAC registration.
no NAFDAC registration, so many things, and then that's when they started speaking that, oh, my skin got bad while using this thing. But they were following that influencer because she'll maybe sleep and say, this is how I woke up. I woke up like this. Nobody wakes up with makeup on their face.
Yes.
Unless you are an evil spirit. I used to do it at night before you wake up.
Maybe early
But
in the morning before you
Probably
set
like club-
camera.
I really-
club baby.
I really do believe that while we wait for some intensity in regulating what comes out in the media space, right, our youth are still, they're on the line, right? And how we can actually help these people develop properly without the wrong influences goes down to family values. Honestly, it goes down to family values. Everything she spilled out, everything she said, I was just imagining if a 17-year-old, 16-year-old girl just leaving secondary school watches this video, what's going to be running through her
You know
mind?
that right now,
thing.
every secondary
That's the first
girl,
thing.
every secondary school girl rather that does not have an iPhone is starting to feel like a failure.
Why? When did we
that
get
is
to
not-
this
that is
point?
not
That's
a-
it.
that is not a lie. That is
Let's
not
go
a
straight
lie.
into our talking point now. Why do you think young people are influenced by these digital personalities? Why are they influenced? I saw a post where someone said the most luckiest, the luckiest ladies right now in the social media space is Chioma, Davido's wife, Ifoma, is that a name?
Yes,
P-Square's,
Ivy.
Ivy, Ifoma's P-Square's little wife. Then mentioned Regina Daniels, mentioned a couple of them. Why are people influenced by these personalities? Are we just influenced online? A friend of mine was having a conversation with me. He said, everybody's just come to social media to say something. Go to Ikoyi registry courts. Every weekday, you will see people there, young and old, getting married. Two low salary earners getting married to each other. But on social media, if you cannot press me 400K, clear. If you cannot buy me the 360-degree wig, clear. So are we lying to ourselves?
I think it's just like I was speaking to my boss yesterday about this whole thing. I think people are just in self-denial. Do I say self-denial or so? This is here or being critical. Now we all heard about this girl, right? Her account, her social media account were all
Was
banned.
banned, yeah.
Just the next day, she was having more than
10K
10,000
followers. Yeah.
followers. So the same people that will come
We
and
need
sit down
some
with
really
me
tough
and say, "Oh
regulations
no,
on these things,
she's saying
honestly.
this, she's spilling this." You are still the same person
I
liking
had a
her post,
conversation
going
with
to
a
check
guy.
her.
The guy said,
Having
"Come
lots
on."
of
The guy said,
followers.
"As long as you are not related to me." Okay, this was the scenario. He said, "Ladies that twerk online, ladies that expose their bodies online, even Big Brother housemates, get ready with me. They start from the."
Yes.
Get ready with me,
Yes.
starting from they being unclad.
Yes.
Yes, and you see the male folks, they are get ready with me is as good as you are promoting something else. Do you understand? But these guys, as long as you're not related to me, I will watch you, my darling. You're the one that post it. I will like. In fact, I will even
And
comment.
that's the bulk of
because
certain people that would have followed her on that social media too.
Right.
Some even want to try and see and expose. I think there was a video of a particular girl that was also talking about men, and at some point her video leaked, and then she was doing something very nasty on the video, and then she disappeared from social media for a while. When she came back, a lot of people started following her. Forget about it, it's the person's fault, you know, it's not your fault.
I think all about content.
Yes,
You just
it's
want
all
something
about-
That's the
exciting
thing.
every day.
Yeah.
I think there are two ways to this thing. Most of those people that come out to be controversial are doing it for the money, right? The money that we get from the social media, all the social media platforms. Then another thing is, technically, this is literally what most of us want to see. We might deny it, but that's the truth.
That's not what I want to see, though.
To be honest,
I get
to be
your point.
honest,
I get
to be
your
honest,
point.
you
Everybody
only,
wants to be living the good life. The idea
do you
of the
understand
good life.
exactly?
And that's what they show.
And
That's
so
what most of
that's
these
and
people
that's
show
what
online.
that's what we too
Nobody
want
wants
to
to
see.
post where they are.
Come on.
So how
Will
can
you
we
put-
not help our up and coming generation? How can we help ourselves?
Okay.
Right now, I can say for a fact that we ourselves, we've built ourselves to a level where we feel like nothing can move me anymore. Omo, you can't pressure me. Oh. I buy my car, when I bought my first car, I bought it. When I bought my second car, I bought it. Do you understand? But some people right now, they are feeling like a failure. You see, 21-year-old get ready with me to go open my first house. How do we help people like that?
It's just
when it's higher.
That's why you see that bad news flies like
more.
Yeah. You understand? But good news you hear.
But if we can do our best, the media is a tool to amplify the good.
I mean,
Which
that's
media
can help.
watching spaces like
The same media that is used to amplify the bad and spread bad news can be also used
You
to
talk about
amplify the
families.
good.
Family is like the first important thing, to be honest.
If
you have the right to agree. No, it is.
No, family
it is.
is good
The
enough.
truth is,
I
do
think
you
that
know
family
why?
is good enough. But
Family
it doesn't actually determine how the child turns out. This is what I'm saying this because there's a lot of times
there's
where
nature,
they will have
there's nurture.
Yes,
Wait,
yes.
do
There's
you
a way
understand?
that your family will teach you to be content, to be this. That's what they are showing
when
you.
you put out in
You
the
understand? But when
environment,
you
when
put
you
out
change
in
the
a
environment,
different
the environment
environment, you
changes
change.
you.
It's just like when they say somebody leaves
The
from
way Yoruba will
somebody
say,
is calm when he
apart
goes
from
to the
Yoruba
army,
speakers,
becomes wicked.
The way
That
Yoruba
kind of
will say,
attitude.
ọmọ tí a kọ́ tí ò gbẹ̀kọ́ àti ọmọ tí a kọ́ rárá. It means a child that we train that didn't receive the training and a child that we didn't train at all. It is believed that a child that grows up under a single mother always turns out bad, and a child that grows up with his father and both parents together always turns out good. But at times it doesn't even work like that.
It doesn't work like
It
that.
doesn't work. But we believe that
It doesn't
for
work
you
like
to
that.
for your mom and your dad to go apart, there's every possibility that your childhood is ruined. For you to be thrown under a single mom, there's every possibility. So it means it's not even family. Your mom can train you to be a better person, but the moment you leave our world, you go to US, you say you are queer. I'm not trying to talk down on them, but you go to UK, so you discovered yourself. You get it, you say you've discovered yourself.
But that's not
from you
do you
stay in
get it?
Accra, you
No,
go
I
to Lagos,
feel
you
you.
start doing bad
feel
things.
you.
Well, you want the money, I know, but why am I not standing on the street because I want the money?
That's why it now brings down to when it comes to teaching or training a child, it's not just the work of the parents alone. That's why the society is there. Do you understand? So imagine that is the problem.
That's why
that
I
is the
mentioned
problem.
the same
That
media
is the
should
problem.
amplify it because this society we're talking about is this phone. How many hours do we spend on the phone?
But
To be
I feel like it's
honest.
also deeper than the fact that
It's the same
regulations
phone.
can happen. You understand?
Do you
on these
understand?
people. But you should also remember that the people who also did these apps want to make money. We need more people to log in, share, popularize them.
Now let's talk about musical artists. Let's list the influencers for a bit. Let's talk about musical artists. You will see, I don't want to mention names now. Dressed in dreads, hair piercing for a guy, nose piercing, goat tears, tinted hair, outfits, smoking, drinking,
And the trousers touching the ground.
Do you understand? Different types of dressing. They influence our young people. A young child wants to dress like them. A young child wants to. Let's cut it. When we come back, we'll play a video and then we'll take a commercial from there. We'll be right back in a moment. You're welcome back to the show. We are still on the hot topic of the day, and we are still talking about the role of online models in the personalities of our young people. And we're talking, before we went to that short break, we were citing the examples of male artists, musical artists, that tees, branded gold tees, dread, you know, the outfits, they smoking one or two things, drinking, girls, you know, different type of things in our music videos. What do these things promote? Yes, not too long ago, the federal government banned rituals and social vices in films.
Hollywood,
Don't you think this same thing should be extended to the music industry? There's some things we do not want to see because our kids, there are some songs that our kids sing. Now you'll be surprised. I don't play it in the house. How did you learn this song? Funny at times, they don't even know the meaning of the song. Except all these, them, I don't want to name, but let me just mention them Malians, this thing. You hear them singing all these songs, they don't even know the meaning. And they are singing it. They will start doing remix in their classes, in their schools.
Okay.
And you'll be surprised, okay, I'm paying millions on around you and you're singing this type of song. Maybe you should just drop out.
And the young ones are super creative. They
They're
even
super, and
modify
their brain.
make
Oh,
it
God.
sound even
So
better.
that they
Their
forever
brain.
remember what
Yes.
the music
They're
sounds
super
like.
creative.
Yes, I get that.
So what do we do about that? Because we are going to talk about it here. We're going to talk about that. Is the dressing the problem or is the lifestyle the problem?
That's the thing. I'm trying to. Okay, so let me start from this, right? So it's when you talk about the whole. Okay, when it comes to movies now, right? I feel like for every information that is passed across, it's something to learn from. I don't think anybody will want to do a movie that has to be on smoking or anything without relating to the fact that okay, this is actually bad.
Yeah.
Right? Now, when
There's
it comes
something to learn from
there's
music
some
videos that they are
when
smoking.
it comes to music videos,
Number one, the lyrics itself is already
There's
derailing.
nothing learning there.
and when it comes to music videos, you now have to specify what music video.
Okay, e.g., Ashoko Toyin, Ashole Fibo. Oh yeah, tell me the moral lesson.
So that is the issue. That's why you now have to take
And
your
these are
child
the songs that will
or
be on
children.
top 10, no? These are the
because
songs that we
this
have
is-
trends.
Do you-
Then
do-
you
now,
see
this
them
is-
throw, catch.
This is the one question I've always wanted to ask. When we have like the Afrobeat kings and queens, right? We have them on almost every podcast, on every show where they come to talk about their music, come to talk about what album
Great
they are bringing
PR.
in. When it comes to the Christian music, there's nothing like that.
Do you know that
And you-
Christian
and-
music
and
are
you
even
keep-
moving
and
right
you-
now?
and you-
Christian music is already changing.
do you know why? Because it's the same thing that we are consuming. It's the same thing. See, that's what I said earlier.
I don't get the same thing. How is it the same
Oh yeah, wait now. Like what I was saying earlier. We all sit down here and say, oh no, this thing is bad. We are still the same person listening to these things. We are just being hypocritical here.
No,
We are being hypocritical.
I don't agree.
That's
No,
what
we are
I
not
feel.
agree with
objective.
that.
We're not
See.
being hypocritical here. We're
Okay.
stating what is wrong, and we're stating this topic is the role of these models.
Okay,
in
do
its development.
you listen to Afrobeats or not?
I do.
I do listen to Afrobeats.
So what are we saying?
But now, wait.
So
let's
what are we
change-
saying?
We are
let's
taking
deviate
out
a bit.
how these things can actually negatively impact the youth that we want to develop, wholesomely.
Now let's
How do you-
deviate.
And
how
she
do-
a bit.
mentioned
how do you-
specifics
how
that
do
we're
you-
pointing
how do you-
out to lifestyle.
But do you agree that
vices.
change starts with you? So how do you try to teach people that okay, do this other way? But you're not even doing what you're preaching. That's my problem.
God's beauty.
You're not doing what
Change
you're
starts
preaching.
with
No,
me.
if she-
Change
well-
starts with me. But how do I tell my neighbor's child? Okay, my neighbor's child, I'm very, very honest now.
Okay.
My neighbor's child just passed out from secondary school, but she's quite chubby, so she like way bigger than I am. She has a tat. I saw it on her status. I'm very sure her parent does not see her status. She has a tattoo on her leg.
Okay.
I'm not sure she has gotten admission to university. She still stays at my parents' house, but
Okay.
she has a tattoo on her leg. Please, I should not call her and say, baby girl, sit down. Why do you have tattoo on your leg at this young age? Please, what were you expecting? What do you expect her to say to me? She's a pastor's child, funny enough. I'm not trying to attack the pastor's child.
let me say something.
But
If-
how do we do that?
Sorry,
If under our
if they
parents'
say that
house,
change-
she can
change
have a
starts
tattoo,
with
she can draw a tattoo.
us.
So many
I mean,
things I
one
see
of
on
the
her
ways that
status.
I can say that I have been, influencing in my own way.
Okay.
Is that maybe my siblings, if they are watching something, if I look at it, if it's looking weird, it looks like cartoon, but then there's this thing now that they're trying to
Yeah.
condition children's mind to think men and men are okay,
Yes,
women are women
yes,
and okay.
yes.
So immediately I see that, I'm asking, what's the rating of this film? How old are you? Like, I would start asking them questions. It's not like I just tell them, change that thing.
Yes.
The first
You're
thing
engaging
is,
them
what's the
to know
rating
why.
of this film? They show it up there. They say, no, it's 7+. How old are you? I'm 5. So are you
this is
why are
supposed
you
to be
watching?
watching it?
Do you get my
But
point?
now, you know that most of the time when you give children phones or tabs, or they get suggestions from YouTube and likes,
yeah.
and they just click because they're attracted to colors and lights. They click it and then they start watching something
there's
that
even not for
you don't
kids
even
now.
know. Now,
There's not-
outside
I didn't get
my
that.
siblings.
Not for kids. There's this on
Okay.
YouTube, so
Yeah.
it's not for kids.
Now,
So,
outside that-
any child that is below a certain age
Won't
won't
see it,
see
won't
the
come up.
content.
Yes,
Yeah.
outside
Come on.
that, I have teenage girls that I teach on self-esteem, values,
That's
morals
beautiful.
and all of those stuff.
Right.
These things can happen, but after I finish and I leave there, I don't know what they say. Maybe out of 100, maybe 5 will take that advice and want to. But now we have the rest of the 95 still doing their thing, which means
I remember
Whatever-
something she said. She said change starts with us. And what
be
are
honest,
we doing
yes.
to actually...
But
the truth
you know,
is,
the fact
change,
that
it is not-
that
peer
change is
pressure-
actually happening.
Peer pressure can still change that change that starts
That,
with us.
and even the change self
Yeah.
is actually happening.
But
You
let's
look around
let's
you,
quickly
like she
watch this
mentioned.
video. Let's change the narrative a little bit. Let's quickly watch this video. We'll be back in a moment.
Where to channel our energy. Now we think we know. We think we are fighting for what is right. We think we are doing what is right to save the society. But then we don't know the right place to even channel this thing. And that is just my annoyance. If there's something I've also noticed is that we like things being hidden. We like when people do things and then they hide the fact that they are doing these things. Rather than when people come out to say, okay, this is who I am. We don't know how to coexist with people. We don't know how to accept the fact that people are different, right? And we don't know how to just, maybe guide them back if you think where you are is right. We always know how to, bring people down, fight them, give them unnecessary attention, and then we blow those things that we think they are not right, we are fighting against. You end up blowing it, you give it more popularity, you give it more fame, you give them more strength. Now tell me, how is this an issue? The other time somebody said they were fighting against gays, so when the kids come on internet, they don't see these things. Like, have you seen kids of today? Do you think the problem they have is the internet? The major problem we have in our society now, it is the family. It is the family. Where do these kids learn these things even before they got the phone? It's the family. But then that's not my major of concern here in this issue. Now, a lot of you are like, okay, you hate her, right? You don't hate her, you don't hate her, you don't hate her. Have you seen her followers? This girl has 1.3 million followers. Who are these people that are following her? Have you tried to ask yourself this question? Go and check most of her videos. She has over 260 something thousand.
This person just spoke the mind of God's beauty. Now, this guy said it all. We are being hypocritical. She has 1 point something followers. Are they ghost followers? Are they not human beings? Go to the comment section. Mama, please take me as a goddaughter. Mama, please, I want to be like... It's so annoying inside my seat on TikTok.
While that is true, there's also a demographic that are
Yes.
just following to see where it ends.
Okay.
There's also a demographic that is following to probably get
Stay
to her
updated.
and then get personal with her and try to embarrass her. There's like different ratio. I'm sure if she checks, she'll see some people that, and then some people create an account maybe after they have been banned and they'll like put it on private. So some people follow very fast so that when that kind of person
updates.
puts it on private,
Yes.
they still have access to
Yes,
that account.
yes.
Do you understand? So that's why I said that it's different demographic. Why is 1.3? I know that there's going to be a lot of people that are following her to become like her or
I
want to
think
take training.
Anybody
as
who follow
person,
any
they
bad
get
person, I
WhatsApp
believe
group.
if a popular assassin opens an Instagram account and posts, you will see 2 million followers because we want to know, this is the person doing this.
This is the weird
So
thing.
it's not
Sometimes I
about-
go online on YouTube to watch how to make homemade bombs. Why am I watching it? It's because I just want to see where it ends. I want to know.
Homemade what?
Homemade bombs.
Oh, God.
No, because that's how most of these...
It's the curiosity of man that pushes
yeah.
us to, oh, really? What
I'm
she's
very
saying?
curious. I want to know. They say that sometimes, even in prison, you can use cards, like normal word cards, to make homemade bombs with some few devices here
Okay,
and
now,
there.
as a mother,
So,
as mothers that we are, how do we intend, as mothers, as educators, to help young people critically deviate from the type of content they engage online? Or what age do we give our kids phone? Do we decide not to give them phone till they get to universities? How do we help them in schools? Because school is a major factor. I now see all these secondary school girls on TikTok doing trenches, doing dances.
That one is
they
worse.
even have
I think it is
relationships.
worse.
funny
Yes.
thing is
How
that,
do we do
funny
that?
thing
How
is
do
that-
we, because right now, I'm training my child to be a better person. But the question, are you training your child? Your child can be a best friend to my child. I saw a movie not so long ago that a child was
It's
she
all
was
part
she
of the
was
things
getting
that's even
shamed
causing
because
this
as a
bullying and
16
stuff, because
as a
five
16,
group of
14 she
girls
doesn't have a
find
boyfriend and
themselves
she has
in
not had
school and
sex.
decide to bully one person. It's all.
So because
I
the moment
look
I'm
like
training
you
my
look
child
like
to
me,
be a
let's
better
bully this
person, you are not training your child to be a better person. Do we not come and fight at PTA meetings or break the principal's head? Do you understand? Because it's not about me alone.
I believe
You are there shaming my child because as at 14, she doesn't have a boyfriend. How can I? Okay, yes, I am doing my best to tell her that, okay, you're still too young. It's normal to have crushes here and there. It's normal to like a
Even
boy in
talking
your
at
class.
14,
But they
I
are
have a
laughing
friend
at
who's
you.
24
You're feeling
now,
down
and she
in
has never
school.
been with a man. And then one time she got a boyfriend and this person is saying that, you know, I want to marry you and that's why I'm here with you. You know, this thing creates connection. It creates bonds. And then when she spoke to me about it, I said, if you do not want to do it, do not for any reason. No matter how good he talks, no matter what he has said,
no matter how loving he looks,
no matter how much he has paved a red carpet in front of you, that this thing
stand your ground.
is why we are going to bond.
It's easy for
Do
a
not
grown-up
agree.
adult or a young adult to stand their ground, but for a child, honestly, their
you know,
mind
you
is like,
mentioned
You know,
that
there are
they
now
are here
tablets.
and
There are now
there.
tablets that are for children.
Yes, you
Which-
mentioned.
I'm not talking
Most
about
of them.
children. I'm talking about teenagers. Teenagers are like the hardest to train.
And you know,
I don't
almost
train
schools,
the teenagers.
almost every
They are
school now
so-
are giving them like internet tests.
That's why I want to
homeworks,
mention this. You
and
mentioned
all of
how
that.
can parents and the educational sector help to
Yes.
train. So there's this thing we do when you like want to put someone in rehab, right? And you don't laugh, I'm going somewhere.
Okay.
And you want to just help reshape people. Many times it's good to substitute. What are you substituting? You know that they are so glued to their devices, they are addicted to it of a sort. You could introduce other activities. Do you know
Like
there are
book
actually
reading.
fun activities that young ones can engage in? Not just even book, in case they don't want to be
It's
all
not just
nerdy.
book. I mean, in
They could-
future, I want to build a
field
school,
trips,
and I've been
art
like, I know that
designs.
this might be a 10-year, 15-year
Long-term
plan. But from today, I'm watching different countries, different schools, what kind of activities they engage
Recently,
children
this
in.
year, I think beginning of this year, sometime around this year, there was this big conference that was held. It was a mentorship conference,
For
and
kids.
a lot of young people came out for the conference.
Oh,
So
wow.
I say some people are influenced like
Right
this.
now, there's a
They-
Kids FM in
yes.
Lagos. Kids FM in
Very-
Lagos.
it was just
yes.
awesome.
So
So,
like I said,
I mean,
only kids, and that's
Well, the
beautiful,
bad,
to be
I
honest.
mean, in the world, the good, the bad, the
Will
ugly will always exist.
But
We
like
can
I
only
said, if
curb
we
it.
amplify the good enough, at least it
Just
will
like they
help
say they want to
reduce.
eradicate corruption, but we know that.
Well, I think we accept
Lip
right.
Now,
Lip sealed.
let's mention the ladies we mentioned the other time. Cider boards. Let's also mention Regina Daniels. Let's also mention Ivy, Peace Corps' wife. Let's mention some ladies that are married to older men, and they're happy and they're doing well. What are they sending? What signals
That's
are
what
they
it
sending?
says. That's what social media says.
What makes you think they are happy?
That's
Big
what
question.
social media says, because now that you also picked that
Oh my God,
information
country
from
That they are
social
happy.
media that they're
Yes.
happy. They bought me a car during
For me,
Valentine's.
I only-
This is a Christmas kineko.
But see how glamorous and
Do
beautiful
you know?
she's
Do you know my
looking.
baby just bought me
Cider
like
board.
the latest bands?
You understand? So that's what they want
So are
us
we
to
saying
see.
social media doesn't exist? Because for me, social media does not exist. I live in the real world. I don't live in social media life. You will not see me post where I'm drinking Gary on social media. I'll go and post that my Snapchat history of 1 year ago of where I'm eating chicken on social media, because I feel that's what you want to see. So you as an individual should understand the fact that not everything you see on social media exists. Social media is like a dark world for me, or I think dark world is too strong. Social media is like
Might
a
not be
space
so
where
strong.
things really do
But
not exist.
This
All
is,
those
this, is
social
how,
media-
this is how I will put social media. Social media is, when you want to tell a lie, you just need to add a little bit of truth to it. It's not like I did not go out to eat.
White
oh.
lie, white lie.
I went out to eat. It's just the time that you think I went out that I did not go. But that is some type of truth.
Yes.
But I'm posting it on this social day because I am suffering and I need to console myself.
Yeah.
So I'll post it on social media and then you chat me and say, enjoyment minister. I'm like,
And I'm like,
yeah, that's all the
whiny.
energy.
Oh, girl,
That's all
what
the
we
energy
do.
I
That's what we
need.
do.
Do you understand? That's all the energy I need to
because
continue.
everybody-
Let's just prepare
There's
to
this-
wrap up so we can move to our
So
book
if
review.
I'm to wrap up, I just want to end with this. We've talked about family, we've talked about us, we've talked about society. I feel like government here has a hand in the reduction of this negative influence we have on social media. And I'll give an example. So look at North Korea.
No,
you know,
please,
do you know,
please,
just,
no.
is it too much?
No,
Wait,
you have gone
How you use that?
Oh
You
my
have
God,
gone
no, wait.
down
What I'm
into
trying-
the underworld.
Jesus.
No, I won't allow that. North
Okay,
Korea
wait,
is a different world
Yeah,
entirely.
we say North Korea is a different. What I'm just trying
Do
to
you
say.
know that
what
you
I'm
can
trying
be
to say,
jailed for
extensive.
going on social, for even
Of course.
posting something
Of course.
that has nothing to do with nudity?
Maybe that's
yeah,
some
like I listen
extreme.
to a
That's some
mu-
extreme
North
regulation.
Korea is
now.
very
extreme.
extreme.
That's very
Yeah.
Please
extreme.
use
Right?
a subtle country. I beg
Well,
you.
That's
what
some
I'm
extreme.
but
US.
you get what I'm trying to say.
get
What
the
I'm trying to say
lessons.
is, I feel like if the government can step in a bit to try
Stronger
and
regulations,
to
right?
To the
get-
kind of apps that come to
He doesn't
exist
have.
in
He doesn't
Nigeria.
have to exactly. You spoke about the fact
But
that
you know
for
the
the
way we
movie,
Nigerians are.
for the movie sector, no rituals added in their movies
Yeah.
anymore. And I feel like it makes the movie a breath of life where we don't get to see things that we used to watch. There's no longer all those olden days
Kanayo,
of village.
Kanayo.
Do you understand? Now we'll be able to watch other movies that would teach
Authentic
us.
stories.
Exactly,
Stories.
educated movies that would impact, or not just on us, but
Inspire.
younger generation.
Yeah.
So I feel like the government also can get a
Has a
regulation
hand.
ahead.
Yes,
So
but
I
not
think
like
they've
North
already
Korea.
Before you guys
regulation.
drag
It
me
just
again.
needs to be. I don't know. There's regulation all around.
They
but it's not as
have
serious as
regulations
it should.
already, but we need to speak to the mind of a normal teenager, a normal child, a normal young adult. Do what works for you. Remember that whatever you
Not
do
just
today.
that.
Wait,
Don't do
I-
what
I-
works
I
for
was-
you.
I was-
Don't do what works for you.
to end this.
Please don't do what works for you.
Let me end this. See, like I
Do
said
what is
earlier,
right and proper.
like I said earlier, this is the architect of your fortune or your misfortune. Whatever you plant today is what you will reap tomorrow. If you plant rubbish on your social media page, we will never forget it. Those
On
are the things
social
that you're
media,
posting on
on
social
social
media.
media.
When it's time for PTA meeting and I see you there, please ensure your child is not my friend, my child's friend. Else,
This one is a
Okay,
threat.
one
This
thing
is
we've not even
threatening.
added is, you see that
We
you
need
see
to really
this,
go.
Oh my God.
Okay,
In 1
quickly,
minute,
yes.
These people that come out to like say things that are controversial in order for them to make money. Have they seen the
Money
previous?
or fame?
Have they money and fame, both of them? Because literally they'll come hand in hand.
Hand in hand, yeah.
Right. So if before you come out to do something like that, I think you should go check people that have done it before you, where they are, what has happened to them. I don't want to mention names.
Fact.
I think most people.
Some people
I
are
think
so
most people
daring.
don't
They
know.
don't care. That's not.
I
I
think
don't
most
think
people
so.
don't really care.
I
And
don't
then-
think so.
And then Kama
I
does
do
not
not
catch
think
up
so.
with
But
everybody.
literally, it's the same footsteps that this person when you two are going.
Because they are seeing the gain ahead of them and they are damning every consequence.
Okay,
That
since
is- I think
we-
that's
we've-
an
let's just
issue
start giving our parts in short because we won't be able to take book review anymore. But for me, as a young adult, do whatever you think you'll be proud of tomorrow. Let us be able to go back to your social media days back 2011 and you'll be proud of it. Days you'll be able to use the
internet
caption
does not
days
forget.
of little beginnings, not days of you trending for the wrong reasons. Your child will not forget. They will abuse your child because of what you did then. And then, come on, calm down, do like this. It's not only you that will collect money for talking stage. The same you is you that will say, if you cannot give money clear, you can also make your own money. Be proud of yourself as an individual. Don't mislead people. Don't say, I only say it, I don't only. Look at Mandy Kish today. She's trying to be
That's
a change person.
exactly what
But
the person I'm
she's
talking
still
about.
suffering from what she has posted on
Said
social media
years
many
ago.
years ago. That's my 2 cents.
Till-
Okay,
till-
Kiki,
till
over to you.
tomorrow.
I
Till
have some
tomorrow.
20 cents
Let
to
me
give out.
look straight.
To the camera, please do.
Yes. See, this life. No, you know there are certain stages where you have to adjust yourself. This life is all about stages, and there's going to be the stage of indecision, there's the stage of frustration, there's the stage of depression, there's the
It's a
stage
process.
of pressure. It's all a stage,
Encompassing.
you know, and then there's nobody that has not gone through it. What we should always rest ourselves with is that there are people that have gone through it, been there, done it
that, yeah.
legally, and have still made it, and they are still doing fine. I mean, problem no they finish. That's
Yes,
that's
we
one
know.
thing that we all know, that problem no they finish.
But try to
we're
enjoy.
existing.
Yes.
We're existing. We're doing fine.
Oluchi in 10 seconds.
Dearest viewers,
Oh my God.
Yeah, whistle
stick
down.
to principles and don't pay attention to exemptions because you don't know if you'll be the scapegoat. So stick to principles.
I
and
love
we'll
that.
all be
I
fine.
love it.
Love
I
you guys.
To be honest, yeah, I would just go with what everybody has said on this table. Because I don't see a reason why you're passing through a lane that another person just did. See Mandy case.
Yeah.
You talk, see, till tomorrow, yeah? That
That's
babe have not even
hard.
started. Don't worry. So I think you should, maybe maybe you should go back to go check who the case is and see how her life has been. Then I think you will have a rethink, to be honest.
I mean,
Stay
you're your own role
hydrated,
model,
stay
I beg.
moisturized, eat healthy, and be very, very happy. Don't not forget to live a good life. I love you so very much. See you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.